Greetings, and thank you for hearing my story. I'm Sharon and was married to my wonderful husband, George, for 21 years. I met your colleague, Dan Piseski, shortly after marrying George. He was a close friend of George for over 50 years and became mine soon after that introduction. George and Dan met teaching in the inner city of Hartford in the early 1970s. They followed each other to the University of Connecticut, where they received their doctorates. At that point, their careers diverged, George into the higher ranks of education and Dan into critical health care. Their friendship remained strong. 10 years before George's death, at 80, he was diagnosed with interstitial pulmonary fibrosis and at the same time began to experience peripheral neuropathy. We pursued answers and treatments at many fine institutions, including the University of Pennsylvania, the Mayo Clinic, UConn Medical, Tampa General, and the University of South Florida. No one could tell us why he had these two disorders, and the only treatments available was Esbriet, a very expensive and dangerous medication that was used to slow down the scarring in his lungs and increasing levels of supplemental oxygen. As these two conditions progressed, he began to have trouble with life skills and navigating his world to the point where a wheelchair seemed the only way he could leave our apartment, which we had already gotten after moving from our home to a location closer to family. Because we were fortunate enough to have excellent supplemental insurance, we were told that we would be eligible to receive a wheelchair. But that process became frustrating for both of us and our doctor and was taking a great deal of time. Dan happened to see an advertisement in AARP magazine for a Zoomer electric wheelchair. It was clearly stated that it was not covered by Medicare or insurance. He generously bought it and sent it to George. It was absolutely wonderful. Finally, George was able to access his apartment and his surroundings. Because it folded up and easily went into the car, we are now able to leave and see family and friends, as well as visit the casino with Dan and play his favorite penny slot machine, the Enchanted Forest. By the way, 4 months later, we received a cumbersome wheelchair through our insurance that he was unable to navigate and was too heavy to put in our car without a lift. Thank you for supporting Heart Wishes. My hope is that another suffering from a critical illness will be given a gift that will do them for what this generous gift did for George. It will give them happiness, access to their world, family, and friends, all the things that they could not get through their own medical plan or resources. A gift through Heart Wishes has the possibility of making another life so very much better and happier.